Okay, in this section, I'm going to introduce you to the strategy and I'm going to give you all of the sort of entry rules and the nuts and bolts that you need to get yourself into a trade. Now, thinking about the lessons that you've done previously in the other sections, you probably already have a good idea, or at least a rough idea of what the strategy is going to look like. And it's not a complicated strategy at all. I will teach it to you very quickly, and then I'll show you some other stuff as well. So I'm going to start with a walkthrough of the strategy in terms of the actual rules and getting yourself into a trade. Then we're going to look at how you can choose direction, so choosing whether or not you're going to buy and sell. We're going to look at some instruments to trade, some trade examples, and I'm going to use a little piece of software to show you this, and I might use TradingView as well. But I'll show you examples on an index and then some Forex pairs. Then I'm going to show you an automated version, so an algo where I've literally automated the strategy, a much simplified version of the strategy, I would like to point out, but ultimately it's the same thing. The reason for that is just because I can show you thousands of trades worth of data very quickly. And then I just want to make you aware that we also have some advanced content that is available. It's currently in one of my Discord channels. I may actually move that in the future, possibly to my website, but at the moment there is additional advanced content relating to this strategy, which is hosted on Discord. So I'll explain how you can get access to that as well. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to the strategy. Now, I'm actually probably going to split this down into 2 or 3 videos. We will look at a winning scenario, and then we will look at a losing scenario, just so that you're absolutely clear what to do in both cases. Now then, let's have a quick recap. We are on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is the US 30. Now, we know from Mataf, from the website, that it typically moves about 350 points per day. And you can see the lines on the screen. These are 250, if I can get that right, 250 points apart, which means that on the average day, the US 30 is capable of moving not just between these lines, but actually slightly past, okay? Something like that. That would be an average day's movement, either up or down, something like that. So we can reasonably, in fact, just look at the previous day, okay? So we can reasonably expect the Dow Jones to cross from one line to another, from one of these 250s to another. Now that's incredibly helpful because that gives us a target, that gives us a range that we can work with. We know roughly how far it's going to go, and all we have to do then is choose a direction. We're going to divide this up further, and then we're going to choose a direction, stick with it, and trade in that direction. Very, very simple. So let's just remind ourselves where we've got our levels drawn. If I zoom out, you'll see that we have solid lines drawn 1,000 points apart. So here we have 28,000. The next solid line is at 39,000. Sorry, 38,000, 39,000, 40,000. So we can see the 3 solid lines. In between, we have the dashed lines, and these are drawn 250 points apart, as we just saw a moment ago. So what are we going to do then? Well, we know that these main lines here, the 1,000 point, as this one is, this is a 39,000, and this is 38,750. So the 1,000 point round numbers and the 250 point round numbers, these are really, really powerful. If I just scrunch up a little bit, you can see price just bouncing between it. Look at it, it's just constant. So when price reaches these levels, it generally kicks off a big move. So these are going to be our main reversal points that we have to be aware of. But they're probably too far apart to trade from. Like right now, price is below this one. We would have to wait for it to come up here to trade from it. And it's absolutely miles away from the bottom one. So all we do is we get our little fib tool that we made earlier, our modified fib tool. And, whoops, this is now divided it up into 50 point levels. So if I just quickly measure between these, you can see each one of these now is 50 points apart. Now these are the levels we're actually going to trade from, and the only real purpose of this is just to divide up the market a little bit more so that we have more trading opportunities. Okay, it's that simple. Now in this video, I'm not going to focus on picking a direction for buying and selling in terms of the long term. So we'll go on the daily charts and the higher time frame charts in another video, and I'll show you how to pick your bias essentially for whether you're going to buy or sell for that day. Now intraday, as in trading during the day level to level, you can switch directions multiple times, okay? So you could be buying and selling all over the place based on whatever's happening on the chart. That's all we're going to look at now, okay? So we have 4 very simple rules. In this video, I'm going to cover the first two, which will only take me about a minute. So all you have to do then is have a look at where price is now. So the current candle is level with this line, and all we do is go to number one, choose a direction at each level. So here you go. Do you want to buy or sell from this level? And you don't have to buy or sell. You can choose to ignore this level entirely. So you can see right now the market's quite choppy and sideways. You might look at what's just happening and saying, I have no clear direction. I do not know if this is going to go up or down. I don't want to trade from this level. That's absolutely fine. What you can do then is you can look at the level above. Well, we know that the level above is a big, strong level. If we go back, you can see that the last time price touched it, it actually dropped the entire 250. So I would say, rather than trading from this level, which just has loads of choppy price action and there's no clear direction, I would wait for price to come up here, and then I would probably put a sell trade on, okay? That's option number one. Option number two, if I just press Alt and H, just to extend this level, you can see we've had some nice little bounces here, and it actually acted as quite strong resistance. So this level here is actually a good potential place to buy from. So my plan at this level here would be not to trade from this level, but to wait for price to come up here and then sell, or to wait for price to drop down and then buy. And it's literally as simple as that. All you need to do is every time price reaches a new level, you make a decision. Okay, if I just bring this back, choose a direction at each level. Now the next thing is to choose an exit point, so a take profit. Now let me get rid of this for a sec. Logically, you're just going to exit at the next level, aren't you? You're only trying to predict the market 50 points at a time. That's the whole point of this strategy. You're not trying to work out where the market is going to go for the next 3 weeks, okay? It's not relevant. All you want to know is price going up to the next level or is it going down to the next level? That's literally what this strategy is. We break the market down into manageable little chunks and then you trade between them. So let's have a look then. Let's imagine we put a buy trade on. Where's our target? Well, as I've just said, it's going to be the next level. So we would stick our TP here. Job done. That's it. So that's point one and point two covered. Now, obviously, when you get the direction right and you win and price hits your TP, there's nothing else to do. The strategy really takes care of itself. You just win. Now, in the next video, we're going to look at points 3 and 4. So we're going to look at what happens if you think the market is going to go up. But actually, let's say the market does this. So what do we do then? I'll see you in the next video.